So you have gotten the application, you've printed it out, you picked it up from the post office, whatever the case is, and you're getting ready to fill it out. You got your birth certificate, you got your ID, which, by the way, it needs to be the ID from the state that you are applying for the passport from, right? So if your ID is from a different state, for example, I'm in New York and you use an ID that's from Florida, it's not going to work, but you can go on travel.state.gov and find a list of all the other acceptable forms of identification. So you have the passport, you have your ID, you went through the whole process and you got your photo and you're like ready to go. Now, for you, if you're the adult, that's sufficient. However, if you are getting a passport for your child, you need to have proof of parental relationship for an applicant that is under the age of 16. Now, you can do this with the birth certificate, and then on top of the birth certificate, you need to have the identification, like the driver's license of the parents that are on the birth certificate. However, there are times where the other parent might not be available. For example, my daughter's father is, we'll say, difficult to get in touch with and doesn't live close by. But I wanted to take her on a vacation, so I needed to get her a passport. So the way around this is that the other parent that's on the birth certificate, either you can have them come there and fill out the form with you and bring their ID. You can provide the second parent's death certificate. If the second parent is deceased, you could provide evidence of sole authority. For example, a court order granting sole legal custody or a birth certificate listing only one parent. Or a written statement from the other parent, which this written statement needs to be notarized, and it needs to include the front and back copy of the license. And they just need to basically give proof of parental awareness, that they know that their child is getting this passport and leaving the country, and they're okay with that. So these things may be complicated to obtain, and that's why if you may be in this situation, it's important that you start the process as early as possible, because that can really hold up this application process. So we'll go on to the next part.